Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, new information tonight on the shooting over the weekend that left a man dead in Fargo.
Plus, local investigators are looking into not one, but two cases of arson from today.
And some expert advice on how you can naturally keep mosquitoes away this summer. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
We now know the name of the victim who was shot and killed outside a restaurant and nightclub over the weekend.
Fargo police have identified the man as 28-year-old Dominique Dwayne McNair. Police say he was an employee at the Africa restaurant and nightclub. The shooting happened around 2 yesterday morning in the parking lot. Eyewitnesses say that there were about 10 shots fired. Police say that they're still investigating. Police say no one has been arrested. No suspect vehicle has been identified. Two Fargo house fires are now being investigated as cases of arson, and investigators are on the search for suspects. Fire crews responded to a fire on May 10th in the 300 block of 7th Avenue North. Multiple people were trapped in the second floor of the apartment. On the same day, just a mile down the road in the 1400 block of 2nd Avenue North, crews responded in the early evening to a 2-alarm fire inside another building on the home's property. At this time, Fargo police say that the incidents don't appear to be related, but say this is still an active investigation. Fargo firefighters also say a deck fire on May 11th at 6126 24th Street South was caused by improperly discarded smoking materials. Damage in that case was estimated at $105,000.
It's a sign of spring, but this year might be a banner year for spruce trees releasing pollen. Every year, the pollen cones on the trees ooze a yellowish powder. Some years you won't notice it, but this year, plenty of homeowners are seeing clouds of pollen coming from their spruce trees as the wind picks it up and settles the pollen on decks, outdoor furniture, and vehicles. An NDSU horticulturist tells us it's a natural part of plant reproduction. It's not harmful and it won't last long, but it can be annoying to clean up. We're told it's possible last year's drought is causing more pollen cones to form, but we won't know until later this summer when experts check the number of cones at the tops of trees. If there's one consistency throughout the week here in the valley, it's going to be the wind, and it'll be gusty at times. Let's begin with Hutch, who has details on what to expect tonight. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Andrea. Good evening, everyone. As we take a look at the satellite and radar, crystal clear skies across the valley. We are seeing some showers and rumbles of thunder showing up on the lightning detection network, north central North Dakota, mainly just off to the west of you in Rock Lake, Willow City. These are going to move up towards Killarney as we go through the next half hour or so. There will be a slight chance of our northwesternmost counties seeing an isolated rumble of thunder tonight. Nothing severe. The rest of us, breezy until sunset, then it tapers down a little bit, cooling off quickly with the dry air. Grand Forks similarly, crystal clear skies and temperatures slipping into the 50s by the overnight hours. I'll have details on just how much rain we saw out west, how it impacts the drought, and we'll talk about yet more chances of rain and other fun types of precipitation in your forecast here in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
If you've been to the Village West Dog Park, you might have seen 2 crabapple trees. Someone reached out to our whistleblower hotline and said through their online research, they found if a puppy or a dog were to eat enough crabapple seeds, the dog could experience vomiting, diarrhea, breathing issues, and even death. They did say to take everything online with a grain of salt, but the general consensus said enough seeds were poisonous to a dog. Now, we reached out to a park forester who says the seeds should not be an issue.
Just like any item that's not dog food, you know, if a dog over consumes them, they may get an upset stomach, but generally not something to be concerned with.
And after speaking with local veterinarians, there are no plans to remove the crabapple trees from the park. If you need help with an issue in your community, here's some advice. Call a whistleblower hotline. The phone number is on your screen, 701-237-6576. Leave your tip and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
A disabled veteran from Moorhead says he was duped by a Republican operative into running for former Representative Colin Peterson's congressional seat. Kevin Shores said he assumed the person recruiting him to run was from the grassroots Legalized Cannabis Party, but he was wrong. That person was Kip Christensen, a GOP strategist who was on the payroll of the Republican National Committee. Shores says Christensen deceived him into running to siphon votes away from Democratic candidates. Christensen denies misrepresenting himself herself. Peterson went on to lose the general election to Republican Michelle Fischbach.
A Mapleton man is cleaning up after his garage caught fire this afternoon. Several crews responding to the fire at 501 2nd Street just after 1 p.m. The damage was contained to the garage. There were concerns about ammunition stored in the garage, but crews were able to knock down the fire before it became an issue. No one was injured, but power was out to a few houses on the block. No word yet on what caused that fire.
The Hubbard County Sheriff's Office is looking for the driver who they say was involved in a fatal hit and run. At around 4:20 last Thursday morning, there was a report of an unconscious man lying on the road on Hubbard County Road 101, just south of Highway 2. The victim was identified as 27-year-old Dominic Cloud. If you have any information, call the Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen, 218-732-3331.
West Fargo Public School students may offer the option of learning virtually next year. The board is expected to discuss the matter during its meeting tonight. Fargo Public Schools will not be offering a virtual learning, but it is exploring a partnership with the North Dakota Center for Distance Education for families who may need it. Moorhead is also looking into keeping the virtual option based on guidance it will receive from the state. The West Fargo meeting is underway right now. We'll have more tonight on Valley News Live at 10.
You can add the younger ages to the growing number of people getting their COVID-19 shots within the Cass County area. Vaccinations started almost 2 weeks ago for those adolescents, and 35% of those ages 12 to 15 have received their first dose. Here's a breakdown of those who received the first dose. Nearly 45% between the ages of 19 and 39, nearly 63% between the ages of 40 and 59. A little over 74% for ages 60 to 79 and nearly 78% for 80 years and older. And here's a listing of the different age groups and the percentage of people who have completed the series. You can see it's nearly 30% for teenagers 12 to 19, nearly 41% for 19 to 39, and the percentages continue to climb along with the age groups. Nearly 57% of Cass County has received the first shot of COVID, and nearly 53% have completed the series. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz has announced that 2.5 million people in the state have completed the vaccination series. The milestone comes as 64% of Minnesotans ages 16 and up have gotten at least one dose of the vaccine. Plus, new COVID cases, positivity rates, and hospitalizations continue to steadily decline. According to a New York Times analysis, new cases in Minnesota have dropped 49% in the last 14 days, which is faster than all but 6 other states.
Clay County Public Health is holding a walk-in vaccine clinic for those who are at least 18 years old. It's tomorrow from 3 in the afternoon to 5:30 at the Umcum Center. The Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines will be available. If you want to set up an appointment, log on to the Clay County website. And if you're looking for places to get the vaccine, use our VNL Vaccine Tracker. It's on the homepage of our website, or as we've explained many times, you can open your phone camera, point it to the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up.
Mosquitoes are not liked and they're not welcome during the summer. So later on Valley News Live at 6, we have a tip on how to keep them away from your family.
Near the South Dakota border, today's temperatures reached near 90 degrees, closer to 80 up by Langdon. We did have a gorgeous start to the day. Some afternoon fair weather clouds in and around the Devil's Lake Basin. Your forecast includes more drought-quenching showers. Details next.